Hey, what's going on, guys? War Machine here again. Got another video for you. This one's going to be a little bit better than the last one. I apologize actually for the last one. It was a little bit lackluster on the editing side and probably on the content side as well. So I figured this time we'll give you a little bit of the old Operation Clusterfuck. This is a really good map. It's really fun. Have a lot of fun. But what I wanted to do is bring this one to you to give you a little bit of info on some of the setups to run on Locker. Now I know you probably got your own preferred setup or whatever, and you want to run something that you're used to and you're more comfortable with. But this may just be a recommendation just for fun. And what I did here is I'm running the DBV-12 auto shotgun, which is probably, in my opinion, the best shotgun you can use in the game, just because it's one of the only auto shotguns that has a high magazine capacity that reloads at a decent speed. The Dow-12 has a high magazine capacity. It holds 12 rounds, but it takes for frickin' ever to reload. This, however, holds 11 rounds and reloads standard to just about any other assault rifle or carbine. I don't know the exact time on it, but I mean, you can see me reload it probably about 45 times in the footage here. But it reloads pretty quick for an auto shotgun, and it has very little recoil for a shotgun, and it just wrecks people at close, medium, and pretty good at long range too, considering how you run it. So how I got mine set up is I have the full choke and I have the angled grip on it, and I believe I have a laser sight, which you'll see me turn on and off throughout the video, just because of smoke and or flares or whatever, anything that will give my position away. So another setup I have here is I'm also running smoke, and you'll see I throw it behind myself right there just to kind of cover my flank, which I'm trying to do. Now smoke is really good to use on Locker, but what I don't do, and what you'll see a lot of people do now, is they abuse it by running smoke with a FLIR sight. I don't really care for that setup because I don't think that you should be able to see through smoke with a FLIR sight or an IRV. Smoke is supposed to cover your position, whether for you to push or retreat. And that's what you'll see me use it here for, is to cover a push or a flank, just so someone can't sneak up behind me and kill me from behind. Now see, and one of the big things I'll focus on here too is that on this map, flanks are what you're going to need to do to either win the match and or get an advantage on your enemy. And as you'll see here, you see the small flank I just ran right here. I got 3 guys. Yeah, I got sniped by some scrub that was laying on the floor with a sniper rifle on Operation Locker. You know, I don't really care for sniper rifles on this map unless you're an absolute sniper stud, and that guy wasn't. But anyway, so flanks are going to be your main thing on this map. There's a lot of different ways you can go to get around your enemies and capture a flag behind them, so you can get that nice back rage on and just get those epic moments you see on a lot of the YouTube clips where guys are just mowing down 15-20 people. Now I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I did that here. I had a couple of good doubles and a couple of good triples on this map, but you'll see right here I made the big mistake in trying to chase this guy into the spawn, and I really couldn't see him all that good, and I lost sight of him and he killed me. But like I said, flanks are going to be your friend on this map. There's a lot of different ways you can creep around and get behind them. And that's where you're going to get those epic moments, and you're going to have those little montage clips for yourself. Now, like I said before in my previous videos, I'm not a pro player. I'm not even a really good player. I consider myself a mediocre player. But I have learned a lot of things throughout my time of playing this game, and a lot of first-person shooters that have helped me improve tremendously, especially over the past year, just because I really enjoy the game and I enjoy being part of the community because of how the Battlefield 4 community is. So back to the gameplay here though. So you'll see me throw some more smoke right here because I'm trying to cover myself from that angle and that angle. That way no one really has a good line of sight on me, and I can kind of gain my bearing and take a good look at my mini-map and see what's going on around me and see which way I need to go, because at this point we're kind of getting pushed on both sides. And this was actually a very strange match of Operation Locker, because what you typically see is you'll see one enemy on one side, one enemy on the other, and they're just battling it out at the choke points. Now a lot of times you might see, or sorry, some of the times you might see a couple of good flanks and there'll be a couple of good pushes and there'll be some good epic moments or whatever, but you won't see some weird randomness like we had in this match. So what it would be some choke point action, and then it would be a lot of back rage, and then more flags would be taken from behind us or in front of us. So we consistently had to go back and forth between flags to try and recapture so we could win the match. But hats off to the other team for really pushing and trying to take the other points. So, like I said, this was a really kind of funky match, but it was really a lot of fun, and I had a great time with it. So, back to the setup I had. I'm running the support class because I want to run ammo with a shotgun, and I also want to run C4 on here. Now, you can run other things on here if you want to. You can run the UCAV or whatever, which can be fun if you're pushing the snow side a lot. You can really wreck some people if you got the UCAV and you're pushing snow a lot, but I try not to push snow with a shotgun too much because it doesn't have the extended range that you really need to push on snow. But you can sit back there with a UCAV and just, you know, destroy people, and it's really fun. If you ever tried the UCAV, try the UCAV. People hate it, but it's a lot of fun to use. So I got the DBV-12. I'm running ammo, C4, and a shotgun. And C4 is absolutely awesome for this map. And anybody who plays Battlefield, and I don't mean to patronize anybody, I'm sure you guys already know that C4 is awesome on this map. But the big thing is that you have to know when and where to use it. Because if you're just throwing it in the choke points, I mean, all you're doing is just making a bunch of noise. You're not doing anything. So you really want to pay attention on the mini map and see where you're throwing it. So you'll see here, throw it. I knew there was a guy there, and this is a big choke point right here where you want to throw C4 because you can gain that advantage. And you'll see me here. Boom! I'm going to throw the smoke. I'm going to try and cover our push. So now we can push up a little bit. We have this doorway on the left, and we also have this area here. See, what happens most of the time is that most people try and go through this doorway over here, and they don't try and push this side. So I'm going to try and push this side because I know that there's going to be guys there, and that's what I want. I want to get the guys that are there. Okay, so I got my teammate here, and he's throwing me some health, and we're going to run up here. There's going to be a couple guys up here. So I'm going to get this guy, and I actually goof up right here because I try and throw C4, and it just doesn't go where I want it to. So I end up having to take the extra time to sit there and shoot these guys. But you see what I mean? How the flanks, and you got to pay attention to where you're at. And you're gonna get these nice little moments like here. You know, I got those two guys. I got the guy downstairs, and then I got one other guy up here. But Locker is a very, very fast-paced, fun map, and I highly recommend using a shotgun just for fun. I mean, even if you're not a shotgun guy and you really hate shotguns, because I hate getting killed by shotguns, but man, they're a tremendous amount of fun to use. So I highly recommend pick a shotgun, set it up however you want it, and have a lot of fun with it. But see, the reason why I use the setup that I have is I like the full choke because what they did is in the spring patch, they buffed all the shotguns, as I said before, and you probably already know. But you can one-shot somebody from almost 50 meters with a full choke and buckshot because they increase the pellet count and they increase the damage. So I think each pellet does like 11 damage. Don't quote me. I try not to go on Synthic and give you all the technical, really nitty gritty things. There's a lot of other guys that'll do that, and that's great. I mean, if they want to do that, that's fine. But I mean, look, I just wrecked those three guys. You know, that's with the full choke, that's with the angled grip, and that's buckshot, and it will just destroy people. I mean, hip fires where you're not going to do as well with the full choke though. You know, if you want to run hip fire and you just want to run around hip fire and everybody, just run the standard choke and your angled grip, or even like an ergo grip. That'll give you better hip fire, and run a laser sight. Like I said though, on here though, laser sight, you're gonna have to toggle it on and off with the smoke and all that stuff, because through the smoke, you know, they're gonna see you as I get flanked right there. And I should have been watching that hallway, but I wasn't, and that's the consequences of that. But so, like I said, back to the setup. As far as pistol goes, I always run the Deagle. It's probably the best pistol in the game in my opinion. It's great for, just one banging people, two banging people. At close range, it's if you can't get in with your primary. So as you'll see, as I'm pulling on another flank right here on Operation Locker. Like I said, flanks on this map are the best. And look, I catch this guy slipping, bang, bang, he's dead. And so now we can take E again. And this is coming up towards the end of the match. So you can see how going around to all the small other sides of the map are going to help you out. So like I said, flanks, and I know I say like I said a lot, and I got to watch that because it's kind of annoying on my end too. But flanks are going to be your main point of what you want to do on this map. But anyways, really, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please like, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.